as more people in the middle class continue to deteriorate at the hands of those that are and aren't supposedly in your favor. UAW president is supposed to be on your side. I believe that he's angling to continue to be more famous. He didn't know that Anton from AntonDaniels.com was going to be over here having a conversation, right? You know what's happening? People getting desperate. You never thought in a million years that you would be the one that's on the other side of the fence over there starting to stuff your triple fat goose with some cheese and some bologna in order to feed yourself because the kids is hungry out here in these streets. I feel your pain. Listen, I went broke in 2008. I had to move into my mother's basement. That's a fact, though. You never thought that you would be the one. You used to look down on people that was stealing. Remember that? I still do. You used to look down on people that was stealing. Now you browsing through Home Depot knowing you can't afford nothing that's in there, and you just in there just browsing. Ain't got no money in your pocket, ain't got nothing better to do, just got off your strike line, and you browsing Home Depot. Now you starting to get the itchy fingers. Now your hands are starting to itch a little bit. You didn't even know that you're not even a good thief. And so loss prevention is following you across the board. They following you on the camera and they acting like they're regular shoppers. You thought that loss prevention was going to be some people that was in some uniforms. You paying attention to what they got going on over there in San Francisco and not even realizing that you being followed because they know a thief. They know desperation when it walks in. They seen that hole in the top of your drawers because your pants was sagging. They seen it. You keep walking in Target like Carly Russell, stealing fruit snacks. Huh? Everything in Target is too big for you to steal. You can't walk out with a TV. They locked it up. All of the other thieves got to it before you did. Philadelphia, they broke in and took everything, and so now Target is pivoting. Target just came out with their earnings report. They got the worst quarter in a long time. So now you just relegated to be a petty thief. Now you petty thief. Huh? And it's going to start off small. You know, thieving is a gateway. First, you start off stealing cheese and cheese snacks, fruit snacks for the kids. Then you said, oh, man, I can get away with it. You didn't get away with it. They got you on camera. They just didn't say nothing to you because the laws in that particular state prevent them from being able to say anything to you. They didn't want to lose their job. Now you starting to graduate. You get a better idea of what thieving is because you're trying to supplement your income because y'all out on strike pay. And now you about to get a record. You about to get a misdemeanor until you pass a certain threshold, and then it's going to be a felony. But this is what happens when you go on strike. Now Target decided that they wanted to close all of their stores in San Francisco. See those aisles? You see those aisles? That's Target right there. That's you. That's you on strike. This is you. You see that? This is all you.
90% off. This is way gone. Everything here on these shelves was 90% off. Aisles and aisles of empty shelves.
Look at that. This is your retail store. This is your neighborhood. This is your neighborhood. This is your retail store.
We're at the Target location that's closing today. It's a sad day for the community, and we're gonna pay a visit to this store on its very last day. Today, this Target store opened to the public for the last time, and it will close today for the last time. No one in this store will tell their coworker, "I'll see you tomorrow." It's going to be more like, "Nice working with you for all these years."
Facts.
Earlier last month, Target announced they're closing 9 stores
across
the U.S.
You see your future? Sean is going to be sitting up there with the CEOs and the COOs, and they're going to be at the next UAW conference. And you over here looking at YouTube videos talking about van life and trying to figure out how cheap a bike can be. You're not even trying to buy a bike. You're trying to figure out how you can steal one out of Target and Walmart. Now you can't go to Target no more because you got a food desert over in your city.
Due to crime. But some are up to 3,000 miles away
Look at this.
on the East Coast, and
Look at
some
San
here on the
Francisco.
West Coast. Here in the Bay Area, they're closing 3 stores. One in Pittsburgh, one in Oakland, and this one here in San Francisco. Today we're going to visit the San Francisco store to see what's left on the shelf, if there's anything left.
And right around the corner, literally, you can look right down the street in this tent city. Hey, y'all got y'all tents ready yet? I'm just trying to warn you before there's a revolt. I don't want there to be a revolt, right? Y'all already downgraded y'all homes. Don't worry, I'm going to fill that need. I'm fixing that. I'm filling that need. I am building more housing. I decided to become a full-time developer. I got 2 jobs right now. Actually, I got 3 jobs. I got like 4 jobs, but neither here nor there because I'm a bag chaser. Shout out to the Patreon members. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. But one of my main jobs is economic development of both your mind, your finances, and then real estate development as far as homes, because I realize that it's going to be a need. I might need to get a government contract and build a shelter based off of what it is that I see happening in society today. Y'all ever been to the 13th and Folsom Target over there in San Francisco?
This is the inside of a Target. As you can see, all the shelves are empty now. No more merch. This section is even closed off.
See what's happening in our cities? See what's happening across the board? This is unfortunate. And I don't want to see us continue to end up like this. And retailers, you know what usually happens? Let me tell you how you get rich in this society. What usually happens and how you get rich is you have to figure out how to solve a problem. There are people that are capitalizing off of the fact that retailers are starting to try to figure out how it is that they can leverage technology in order to prevent you from stealing because they already see where things are going. That's what I would do. If I'm starting a company today, I'm trying to fill a need based off of what the current situation is and the fact that the middle class is going away. How can we serve the people that are going to be the most affected by what happens inside of society?
Thieves captured on security cameras brazenly running off with merchandise, from deodorant and diapers to luxury goods.
This is crazy. They're locking up the toothpaste.
Losses from organized retail crime totaled $112 billion last year.
Theft is an issue. If that's not corrected over time, prices will be higher and or stores will close.
And you know what happens when prices are higher? That is called inflation. It is a form of inflation that then affects the consumers because that price has to be passed on to you. So when somebody else steals, you then are the one that pay for it, both in inconvenience and in higher prices because they have to make sure that they account for shrink.
These crimes prompting some retailers, including Nordstrom, Target, and Walgreens, to close stores.
That's why I'm here at the University of Florida in a lab that's designed to teach retailers how to better protect their stores and their customers. With me now is the lab director, Reed Hayes. Reed, thanks so much. So who comes here and what are they hoping to learn?
Well, we're getting in here almost weekly now. The main asset protection and loss prevention leaders from over 80 retail corporations.
So let's start right here at the entrance to the store. What are we looking at?
Well, this is an example of technology that can be integrated. If it senses that somebody's getting ready to steal a whole lot of things at the same time, these gates will shut. You're not locked in, but it slows you down.
And I noticed there are cameras that you can barely see.
That's right. We've got cameras in different areas designed to do just that.
So all of y'all thinking that y'all in the U-Scan and you gonna scan some bananas and act like that, or let me revise that. You over there stealing iPads, but you scanning bananas and you putting it over there and you waiting it. They know you, they see you. There's whole Instagram pages that's dedicated to showcasing and highlighting people that's stealing in your particular area. You should look it up. There are whole pages on the gram that is dedicated for retailers to highlight and tell you what happened so that people can snitch and say, I know little John and Man over there. They was over there ringing up DVDs and CDs and acting like they were bananas.
Help identify the offender later.
The goal of these security measures is to make it more difficult to steal, increase the chances of catching the thieves, and cut down on the number of items they can get away with.
What does this device do?
Well, this is different. This is a device for very high loss items where you can't just take it. What you can do is use a device, call for customer service.
Right.
If you don't want to wait, then you can hit the cell phone option. And in that case, it's going to send you a text. You're going to put that code in.
So now you're able to open the case yourself.
Yes.
Okay. So this requires a consumer to be willing to give up their cell phone number.
You've got to.
So I'm going to demonstrate what happens when someone tries to take too much off the shelf. After 5 bottles, what happens?
Thank you for shopping in our liquor and fine wine department.
There he is.
Service is on the way to your aisle to help you immediately.
So that's a classic example of using AI. Computer vision counted 5 times. You hit a tipping point and that tripped that alarm.
So it says customer service is coming. I'm not going to wait because I'm a thief.
Okay.
So I turn and I make my way toward the exit.
A lot of cameras are now picking you up right now because of that, Vicki, too.
Okay. And this slows me down, but I can still get through.
Yep, you can still get through.
Ooh.
The wheels on the cart locked because you didn't go past the point of sale and ring up a transaction.
Hayes says some retailers are fitting store managers with body cameras. Research shows this can improve the customer experience and employee safety.
And expect to see more of these cameras and screens when you're shopping. The researchers say that people are a lot less likely to steal when they can see themselves on camera.
Hayes says in some cases, shoppers will have to use 2 hands to get products.
So you can't take a whole lot of items in one fell swoop.
Check out this shelf. First, you have to turn a dial to point the red arrow to the item you want. Then turn another knob to dispense it.
Jesus.
And cameras will play a big role with features like facial recognition, artificial intelligence, even thermal imaging.
So they're leveraging artificial intelligence in order to make sure that you not stealing. J-Dub says that this is ridiculous. Brandy said this is too much. It's not. You know why it's not too much? Because y'all don't want to get y'all cousins and man together. And they out here stealing. And so now they made it more difficult. See, everybody suffers. Remember when y'all used to say, man, when we go out to the suburbs, we don't have to go behind a glass. They not having a whole bunch of glass. I hate the fact that they standing behind a glass or a bulletproof glass over in the hood or whatever. Well, the hood has now extended itself to go beyond where it was that you were raised. And so now, as a result of it, you are the ones that are going to suffer at the hands of retailers because they have to make or do something in order to prevent themselves from continuing to be a part of this $112 billion yearly scam for people just walking in and taking what they want because y'all wanted to vote in the legislation that then punished police officers and loss prevention officers for stopping you and dealing with you accordingly when you decided that you wanted to steal something out of the store. And so now they had to do something. What, you thought that they was just going to sit still? You thought that they was just going to be chilling? You thought that they was just going to wait for you to continue to steal them blind and they was just going to go out of business? No, they're going to shut the store down that's in your neighborhood. But then the neighborhoods that they want to keep them open, they're going to start making adjustments. And so instead of continuing to invest in you and in your neighborhood and in your community, they're going to invest in preventing you from taking something that you wasn't supposed to take in the first place. And that is unfortunate. If it's too much, then it was too much from the thieves because they're the ones that then caused this to happen in the first place. If it's too much, then it came as a result of the thieves that caused it to happen in the first place.
And outside, license plate readers that can help identify cars involved in other retail theft incidents.
Are retailers really going to invest in all of this?
Some of them have to invest in it.
Now, if you do see a crime in action, don't get involved. Law enforcement says only if it's safe, report it to a store employee. Retailers are, you might be surprised, they're not insured for these kinds of losses, which is...
So retailers are not insured for losses, but you just keep on walking in and taking whatever it is that you want to take out of the store, and they supposed to just be chilling as a result of it. Okay. All right. Don't worry about it. We gonna get there.